It's time to punch some Nazis. Let's swing on into the Fact Pit with Bionic Commando for the NES. The original game, Hitler no Fukatsu Top Secret, translates as The Revival of Hitler, Top Secret. Naturally, this was modified from its Famicom release due to Nintendo of America's censorship policies. But Master D doesn't just look suspiciously like Hitler. It literally is Hitler in the Famicom version. For obvious reasons, all the Nazi imagery in the game was changed to be more benign. Swastikas were removed and replaced with eagles, and the Nazis were renamed to the Bads. But despite all the censorship, they still left this line in. Joseph Super Joe Gibson, the POW the player is sent to rescue, is the protagonist of several other early Capcom games, including Commando, Mercs, and the arcade version of Bionic Commando. It's possible to play through the entire game without ever changing your communicator. None of the stages after Area 4 require a radio message to open the boss chamber, except for Area 8, which is optional, and there's even a way around that. There were many more changes made from the Famicom game that weren't related to censorship. Area 4 has boulders scattered about that have to be knocked out of the way with your arm. The communication room has blinking lights. The overhead segments have a commander barking orders at the enemy soldiers. Area 6 has a shooting star in the background midway through the stage, as well as moving platforms that make it a bit easier, but Area 1 has more enemies, which makes it a bit tougher. Area 7 has a hidden communication room, and the wide gun fires 4 bullets in the side-scrolling areas just like it does in the overhead ones. When fighting the wired gunner, you may find your arm holds you too close to the ceiling to shoot him where he's vulnerable. Instead, try this. Grab the ceiling, tap forward, and immediately disconnect. Wait until you're at least one tile away from the ceiling and grab it again straight up. You'll be at the perfect height to blast him in the face. You have to interrogate an enemy POW in order to discover the location of the underground tunnels. But in the Japanese version, you could actually kill him, prompting the guard to reprimand you. In order to get him to talk, you have to get rough and hit him with your bionic arm until he spills his guts. But if you keep going and hit him a total of 100 times, he will cave and give you every weapon in the game. Unfortunately, this happens when you already have the rocket launcher, making it fairly useless. Even though the bazooka looks identical to the rocket launcher, you need to pick it up to complete the game. If you swing over Hal without getting it, you won't be able to blow up Master D's helicopter, even with a direct hit. As soon as the screen reaches the top during the escape sequence, you can exit from anywhere. Just press down. Also, typos! If you grab the ceiling with your bionic arm on the same frame you enter a door, you can do some really weird things to the game. Here's how it works. Let's look at this elevator room from Area 8. Let's call the doors 1, 2, 3, and 4. If we go through door 4, we end up in this room. Now, this room has doors 1 and 2. So if we grab the ceiling while going through... There, you hear that sound? That means it worked. Now the game thinks we're in the elevator room. So if we go through door 2 here, it takes us where that door 2 comes out, which is the boss chamber. Try this everywhere you can and see what kind of crazy stuff you can find. But be careful, if you enter an area you're not supposed to, you can possibly cause the game to freeze. But finding new tricks and exploits like this is what makes games like Bionic Commando so awesome even 3 decades later. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment below to tell me what other games you'd like to see on the Fact Pit.